best slow-burning revenge you've ever seen. Melanie Collins arrived at the Academy with a warm smile that melted every administrator. Within days, she'd volunteered to organize the sophomore fundraiser and tutored 3 classmates in algebra. When Mr. Davies mentioned stress about grading papers while planning his daughter's birthday, Melanie appeared with homemade cupcakes and offered to input grades. Her charm felt genuine. She remembered everyone's names, their siblings, even pets. When Marcus Chen's grandmother was hospitalized, Melanie wrote a perfect Mandarin note wishing her well. Teachers competed for her attention as she stayed late discussing lessons and helped struggling faculty with technology, but Jackson became her true focus. Weekly office visits, sharing positive observations, remembering his coffee order, asking about his wife's garden, listening to stories about the Academy's traditions. Melanie embodies everything we hope to cultivate, he'd tell visitors, beaming as she quoted his speeches and sought his advice on college applications. By senior year, Jackson trusted her with disciplinary files, scholarship committees, and student records. When she hugged him at graduation practice, calling him like a father, his eyes welled up. He announced she was the finest student in 30 years. Nobody knew about her brother. 5 years earlier, her brother Danny attended the Academy, brilliant with computers and art, but struggled with dyslexia and ADHD. Instead of accommodations, Jackson publicly humiliated him at parent conferences, calling him lazy and claiming he faked disabilities for attention. Jackson kicked Danny out 3 months before graduation, telling him he'd never amount to anything. Danny spiraled into depression, dropped out of community college, worked dead-end jobs while his classmates headed to universities. 2 years later, Danny overdosed in his apartment. His suicide note mentioned how worthless Jackson made him feel and how he never recovered from being thrown away like garbage. That's when Melanie enrolled at the Academy. 4 years of perfect performance while secretly documenting everything. Teachers admitting they were pressured to fail certain students. Emails showing grade manipulation for rankings. Evidence of Jackson stealing scholarship money for personal vacations. Photos of him drinking in his office and making disgusting comments about female teachers. Graduation night, senior awards ceremony, packed auditorium with families, alumni, and school board members. Melanie was called up for the Academy's highest honor. Instead of her acceptance speech, she played a video compilation of Jackson's worst moments over the past decade. His voice filled the silent auditorium as he mocked learning disabled students and bragged about weeding out the weak ones. Footage showed him pocketing scholarship money meant for underprivileged kids. Revolting comments about teenage girls that had parents covering their children's ears. Jackson rushed the stage to cut the power, but Melanie had already sent copies to every parent, board member, and news station. Parents were shouting and filming with their phones. The board fired him that night. Criminal charges followed within days. The Academy lost accreditation. Families pulled their kids out immediately. Melanie held up a photo of Danny in the Academy uniform, smiling with his first computer program. Looking directly at Jackson trying to slip out the back, she said, 4 years of pretending to love this place was nothing compared to what you stole from him. Danny deserved better. Every student you failed deserved better. Jackson was arrested in the parking lot while news cameras rolled. Melanie turned down Harvard to study education reform, determined to protect future Dannys from people like Jackson.